Good evening, everybody. It is 6:30 and we have a quorum. So I'm going to call to order the Moore City Council meeting scheduled for May 4th, 2026. Would you call the roll, please?
Kathy Griffith. Here. Sid.
Here.
Melissa Hunt. Louis Williams.
Here.
Adam Webb.
Here.
Rob Clark. Mark Ham.
Here. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 2 is our consent docket. Need a motion?
Make a motion to approve the consent docket, items A through C.
Second.
Would you call the vote, please?
Kathy Griffith. Yes. Sid Porter.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, consent docket passes. Now, at this time, we're going to recess the city council meeting and convene a public hearing. Item 3 is conduct a public hearing for the purpose of giving members of the public an opportunity to be heard prior to the city council vote on the proposed project, Veneers Economic Development Project Plan. Nobody signed up. Is there anybody here that would like to speak to this? Deidre, did you have some?
Just going to let you all know, City Council members, that this is the second of 2 public hearings that we have held regarding the proposed project Verner's TIF project plan. Emily Pomeroy, who is serving as special counsel to the city, is here, as am I, to answer any questions if you have any, and any from the public as well.
Council, any questions?
No?
Hearing none from the audience, at this time we will recess the public hearing and we're going to reconvene the city council meeting. And look at item 4. Is consider approval of ordinance number 107726, approving and adoption of the project Veneers Economic Development Project Plan pursuant to the Oklahoma Land Development Act, identifying and establishing 3 ad valorem tax increment districts A, B, and C, designating and adopting project area in the increment district boundaries, deferring and naming and the date of the creation of the increment districts A, B, and C, adopting certain findings and authorizing the Moore Economic Development Authority to carry out and administer the project plan, establishing a tax appointment fund, declaring appropriated funds to be special funds for the Moore Economic Development Authority, authorizing the use in the current revenues for the payment of certain project costs, authorizing the City of Moore to carry out certain provisions of the project plan, ratifying and confirming the actions, recommendations, and the findings of the City Moore Local Development Act Review Committee and the Moore Planning Commission, directing continuing appointments and providing for severability.
Mayor and Council, this is the ordinance, again, relating to the tax increment financing project plan for Project Verner's. It has been approved by the Tax Increment Financing Committee and recommended, and then also recommended by the Planning Commission. So this is your opportunity for any questions that you have about the project plan, the map, and again, special counsel is still here for questions for her or myself.
So I do have one question,
Sure.
just to refresh my memory.
Of course.
We've got the districts A, B, and C.
That's right.
The original company is going to be on A.
That's right.
There's potentially a second for B,
That's
we
correct.
believe.
Right.
And each of those, A, B, and C, if someone is on it during the tenure of this TIF, their tax revenue goes into this fund.
We will do each TIF independently. So TIF A is the first TIF,
Okay.
and that will start within the next few months,
Okay.
sometime summer to late summer. And then if we decide to, should you all decide to go and launch TIF B, then we would do that. But
Okay.
TIF A can stand alone, and then TIF B stands alone, and then TIF C stands.
So what if B and C are not occupied during this tenure?
It just-
A can pay for the whole thing?
Absolutely,
Okay, all
that
right.
is correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, I'm good, thank you.
okay.
All right, any other questions from?
Deidre, just one more on, this only goes through if number A decides to do everything, right? I mean, nothing official, no official announcements been made or nothing like that or anything, so.
That is correct, right, correct. So this is only, it only takes place if the company follows through with their end, which
Okay.
is all documented in the project plan. So they have to meet certain criteria, which is completing the project, completing the build to a certain point, operating the business as stated. But they have broken ground last week, and so they have started their project.
Okay. And so we're good then with going ahead with the investment of the roads and the signals and all that, just on the fact that they are starting this whole process.
Correct, and they own the property outright. So
Okay.
again, the developer came in, purchased the property, and then there was a simultaneous closing with the existing company for half of the, so of the 50 acres, they purchased half, 25 acres, for this project, for TIF-A. Correct, and that is the company that the representative was here about a month or so ago through CBRE, and that's the company that he was representing.
Okay. I'm good.
I'm good.
All right.
Deidre, I think there was a gentleman in the audience that had a question. No? Okay.
And we just need a motion from the council for the approval of the
I make a
ordinance.
motion that we approve item 4.
Second?
Would you call the vote, please?
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item passes. Number 5, consider Vision More Plan 2040 Comprehensive Plan Amendment Number 7, located in the southeast quarter of Section 9, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being north of Northwest 12th Street and west of Santa Fe Avenue, from the community commercial to urban residential, application by Northwest 12th Partners, LLC, Box Law Group. The Planning Commission recommended approval 7-0, and this is in Ward 2.
Mayor, items number 5 and 6 on your agenda are companion items. This subject site is located north of Northwest 12th Street and west of North Santa Fe Avenue. The property is zoned as a PUD for general commercial uses and is currently vacant. The applicant is proposing to develop a site with single-family homes on smaller residential lot sizes and increased density than what is allowed by right under the R1 zoning district. This proposal has a density of 6 dwelling units an acre. Due to the requested variances to city code, this request requires a rezoning to R1 single-family dwelling district as a planned unit development. Public water and sewer are available to serve the site, and stormwater detention for this development is required. The proposed development does include a detention pond on the west side. Access for the proposed development is provided by Northwest 12th Street to the south and North Santa Fe Avenue to the east, both 4-lane urban arterial roadways. The applicant is creating a new PUD that is intended to supersede the existing PUD in order to create a residential subdivision with 45-foot wide lots versus the typical 55-foot wide lots, 4,000 square feet lots versus 6,000 square feet lots, and 50% lot coverage versus the 40% max coverage requirement. And again, an increased density to 6 dwelling units per acre. By utilizing a PUD, the city may relax certain requirements in exchange for amenities that would not otherwise be required. This PUD proposal includes the following amenities: 75% brick, rock, or stone with no more than 25% EFS material, 46 trees within the Northwest 12th Street right-of-way with automatic sprinklers, 20-foot diameter gazebo with a picnic table and 4 park benches, 3 park benches in the open area, 8 trees and 8 shrubs with automatic sprinklers, and instead of a fenced-in dog park, the applicant has agreed to put in a playground. Additionally, at the April Planning Commission meeting, the applicant also also included a walking trail around the detention pond on the west side as part of the amenity package. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be community commercial center. This land use can include supporting residential land uses up to 50% of the land area. Because the 50% threshold has already been met, the applicant is requesting a change to the Envision More 2040 plan from community commercial center to urban residential to support the smaller lot residential development. This item is a companion item to Comp Plan Amendment Number 7. It was reviewed to its conformance with the intent of the plan. This application does meet the density and placement requirements for urban residential land use, and the changes that were made to the PUD at the Planning Commission meeting alleviate most of the staff concerns. The changes made at the April Planning Commission meeting include wider lots at 45-foot wide lots, 15% quality open space with a walking trail around a detention pond added to the amenity package. With these changes, staff believes that it does meet the intent of the comprehensive plan. And again, as I stated, there were several amendments made at the April 14th Planning Commission meeting. There was a lot of discussion and negotiations on the spot. And I have outlined those negotiations on page 102 of your packet. I've also included a revised design statement with the markups at your seats. And with all of these amendments, in addition to the contingencies listed under recommendations in the staff report, staff does recommend approval of rezoning application number 1054. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So these may be questions that have already been asked, but I want to ask them again. So the area on the corner of 12th and Santa Fe, that's the existing commercial. None of that is moving or being disturbed or anything?
That's correct. In the comprehensive plan, all of this location is shown as commercial, but the only developed spot currently is the Walgreens on the corner of 12th and Santa Fe. So the developer is carving out locations for just a few more pad sites on the hard corner of 12th and Santa Fe. The remainder of it, they are requesting to be patio homes.
Okay. And there are going to be entrances off of just 12th Street or off of 12th and also Santa Fe?
12th Street and Santa Fe.
All right. Thank you.
Elizabeth, quick question. I know we've talked about this many times before. Is there a way to ensure the fencing on the side that faces 12th Street is all cohesive all the way down, or is that going to be each individual homeowner? Because if these are smaller lots, narrower lots, it won't be long before we're going to be looking at a patchwork quilt up and down there with a different type of fencing. And that's one of our main arteries into the city of Moore is 12th Street.
Yes. That would be a question for the applicant's representative. I will say that this was a very difficult negotiation process, as you could probably tell by the number of revisions that went back and forth, and the fact that really most of it was negotiated at the Planning Commission meeting, which is very not usual. It would be up to the applicant as to whether or not they would want to include that as an amenity for the HOA to own and operate that fence, or if it were a brick fence. I believe what they are proposing is just a stockade fence, in which case even if the HOA were to own it in the beginning, it would still a possibility of it being a patchwork in the future without other code requirements.
Okay.
Well, if the applicant, or is the applicant here?
Yes.
To maybe talk about that a little bit more?
Yes.
And as you've heard, that has been a discussion amongst the council, is that we're wanting to take care of small things that can turn into real eyesores. And what are y'all looking at doing along 12th Street?
Yeah, understood.
Fencing.
Caitlin Turner, 525 Northwest 11th Street, here on behalf of the applicant. I have reached out to my client to determine if he has anything in mind, but I know at this point in time, it would be something that the HOA controls, reviews, approves to ensure that it is in a good state, good condition for the length of this development forever. So that right now would be an HOA determined item, but I have inquired if there are any specifics, and we can include under our, let's see which section, in our PUD, we have a section that calls out maintenance of common areas and things like that under 9.16, that it shall be the responsibility of an HOA, and we can include that screening shall be uniform and mandated by the HOA to ensure that
So
it's.
do you know if the fences will be put up as the homes are built, or will that be left up to the property owner, or?
I can get confirmation on that. I mean, right now, first step is obviously the zoning, and I understand the need to bake that language in to protect the future development, but I'm not sure if that has all been ironed out at this point in time. So in terms of the specifics, unclear as to when it would all get put up, but if there's something that you all would like to see within this master design statement, we're more than happy to work with you and include that, because I understand that concern for sure.
Elizabeth, can you help us with what we would like to see and how we could word that as maybe part of approval of this plan? Just with the discussions that we've had.
Yes.
And I know they haven't been many. What are your thoughts? I mean, it sounds like they're willing to do something.
I would recommend that the motion be made with the addition of a fencing requirement along Northwest 12th Street to be put in place with the first phase of construction, and installed by the developer and maintained by the HOA in perpetuity. And it sounds like what they're describing is a wooden
Stockade.
stockade fence, which would be easy to fix in the future, you know, stockade with stockade.
Okay. Any other questions? Did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Yes, if you don't mind, and we're more than happy to agree to that inclusion in the motion. I did want to touch on a couple quick items. We're talking about the PUD as well right now, not just the comprehensive plan?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So in the PUD, as Elizabeth had mentioned, there were some revisions that were made at Planning Commission. There is a couple of common areas that increased our usable open space. We have our walking trail around the pond to the west of the property, and then we have another smaller common area that's within the property that is now going to be utilized for playground and playground equipment. Originally, it was going to be used for that dog park gazebo that Elizabeth had referenced. So because of the size of that common area and because we think that more people are going to enjoy the playground and playground equipment over just the gazebo with the tables, we would seek to just also specify in the master design statement that the playground and playground equipment will go in that common area rather than the gazebo and the dog park that was referenced. We just, again, think it would be more beneficial for the residents. And then with that change, there's a landscape plan that's in the master design statement, and really it would just be the gazebo that gets switched out for the playground, for the landscaping around that. So I just wanted to make those 2 points of clarification and see if you all had any other questions for me.
I think I'm good.
Okay, perfect.
Elizabeth, I just have one about drainage. I was reading through here, and I do see that there is a detention pond, and that there are some homes that would back up to a floodplain, but we're not building anything there.
That's correct. They are keeping the floodplain clear of homes. And then there would also be a 30-foot riparian buffer from the actual creek bank itself, which is a buffer where no development should occur of any kind. That's what they are proposing.
Yeah. And obviously, we feel confident that this new development, that's adequate detention for the stormwater?
Yes, it's, the construction plans for this phase of Riverstone Villas, I do not believe have been turned in yet, but it would go through our same review
Okay.
as the other phases have been going through, the phases to the west. And those phases are almost complete with their drainage review. So, yes, it would definitely meet our criteria.
Okay,
So where does that pond drain to?
It drains to the channel that is in between the Riverstone and then the Riverstone Villas. There's a channel that goes
Okay.
up and down, and then it eventually drains into Grace Point
Yeah.
ponds and then
That's
out.
where I assumed it was going.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, very good. So you want me to make the motion with those amendments, or how do you want me to do that?
Well, so the amendment for the fence would be just a stockade fence that was built in one phase of construction and owned and operated, or owned and maintained by the HOA. The other proposed amendment that she was describing, just so you know, the Planning Commission had not reviewed this or looked at it. This is another amendment that they are proposing that staff has not really reviewed. So that would be up to you if you would want to accept this amendment.
well, having that, I think our city staff would need to, I mean, I would think they should review the proposed amendments that we're hearing tonight that you just mentioned.
Okay.
What is that gonna do to your developer?
I mean, we certainly are wanting to get this accomplished tonight if possible. It's been a long time coming, and staff has been very great to work with. I think that there was just confusion that I don't know why it wasn't brought up at Planning Commission, but that common area B is just, it's too small to have a bunch of these larger type amenities. So again, for that reason, we were just hoping to clarify that and again, swap it out. The red line version that was sent back that you all, I think, have in front of you, went ahead and removed that from the amenity list, the gazebo in place of the playground. So that was sent back to staff on April 28th. So unless you all have a major concern with it, we would request that this go ahead and move forward this evening. If that's going to be hugely problematic, we can certainly have that conversation. And I apologize to
No, that's fine.
cause any confusion, but we just, again, think that a playground is going to be utilized and a better asset for the community.
Okay, so Elizabeth, give us some guidance here.
And just to mention, Ward 2 representatives aren't here tonight. I wish they were, one of them.
Right, so deleting the gazebo probably is not a problem, but there's all sorts of other things with the gazebo that I have not reviewed or seen. So there was a lot of park benches and picnic tables that were included, and you know, we don't know how big this playground is going to be. You know, the gazebo was very specific in a size. And that's how we hold developers' feet to the fire whenever they actually develop things, is we have to have objectable, measurable amenities. So we don't know how big this playground is going to be. We don't know anything about it. Again, it's completely up to you as city council, but just so you know, I wouldn't know what to enforce, whether it's a small playground with one slide or a big play structure with swings and slide and climbing wall. I wouldn't
So
know.
Can we move forward with this as presented with the fence thing, and then Planning Commission and y'all can deal with the other thing? And then it can come back again?
I mean, she would have to amend the PUD that was just passed tonight, and that's their prerogative if they choose to do
Okay.
that.
Okay,
Yeah, just to answer your question, it should already be in the version that you have, or we just had deleted gazebo under
Can you point me to where
9.17.
that's at, please?
Section 9.17 on page 5.
9.17.
Yes, there you go.
Landscaping,
So that has the revision.
Gazebo's out, okay,
Yep.
all right, and so,
And then
Elizabeth-
again, we'll just modify that landscape plan to
You'll
switch
work
out the
with Elizabeth to
gazebo.
make sure that she gets what she needs, so.
Yes, absolutely. So I think in terms of modifications for this evening, it would be including It would be voting on the revised MDS that you all have in front of you, and then including the language on the screening
Okay.
would be an additional
The fin-
modification, and then just that the landscape plan will be
Okay.
modified. And you all will see the preliminary plat here shortly, so that'll also, that one got punted back, so that planning commission will review it, and it'll have these revisions included in that preliminary plat. So you all will see all of this illustrated here shortly after it goes back to planning commission. And those revisions have been submitted to staff and uploaded to the portal already.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve item 5 with the exception of the fencing adjustment that will be installed by the builder in the original state and maintained by the HOA in perpetuity. Does that work, Elizabeth? Yes. Okay,
That amends it to
Yeah.
what you just, okay.
yeah. Because the gazebo and everything is in this document that we've got right now, the removal of it and all that, so.
Second.
All right.
Just to clarify, when will we get the measurements for the playground and things like that?
I don't, there, as far as the zoning is concerned.
Yeah.
There would be no requirement for that.
Okay. So theoretically, the playground could be a one seesaw or something, and that would be a,
And we would be held to that?
The zoning is what, sorry. The zoning is what would control the development. I mean, it's a planned unit development. This was all supposed to have been negotiated up front.
Okay.
And so once it's approved, the only way to revise it is to go through another revision that would go back through planning commission and city council. So if it doesn't have enough detail to be enforced by city staff, then it would be what it would be. I mean, if they installed a seesaw and called it a playground, you know, that might be an extreme example, but
Right.
I think that you understand the predicament that staff is in.
is that a concern in your opinion? That,
If that amendment goes back through that process, is that a concern for you?
If that amendment goes back through the planned unit development
Yeah.
process?
Through-
No, everyone can make an amendment to their PUD if they
Okay,
choose.
and then that would get the planning commission back involved, and it's gonna come back here again.
Correct, but if you approve it without any sort of measurements and they choose not to amend it, then it just goes forward. The choice to amend it falls with the applicant.
Okay. Oh, I understand that. And I don't, how come there, why are we doing all these amendments at the last minute? I mean, what happened? That you weren't able to visit with our city staff and what's going on?
So there's been multiple rounds of revisions. This application has been in the works for a year, maybe at least, going back and forth with staff, modifying density, modifying amenities, things of that nature. Typically with PUDs that we deal with in other municipalities, it's kind of an ongoing negotiation process. It is not uncommon for changes to be made at Planning Commission and City Council. Planning Commission obviously is our first time to kind of present what we have to the commissioners. At that time, revisions were obviously made. I think at that time, the amendments were made, but maybe not everything was ironed out. I wasn't at the Planning Commission hearing, so, but I'm sure David did a great job. But in terms of this last kind of round to iron everything out, if we're wanting to define playground to require a slide and a swing set, we can add that in here. That's no problem.
Yeah, that's
But
not in our
that's-
purview, though. That's outside.
That's where, I think, so we've had a motion and a second. Did we? Yeah.
Yeah,
We had a sec-
we got a
somebody
second.
Seconded it
So-
down there. So I know how I'm going to vote. I just think it needs to go back to city staff. And I hate to be an inconvenience to the developer, and I could get outvoted by that, but I do think we as a council have a responsibility to our residents that when we approve something to be built, we know what we're getting. And we're dealing all the time with developments that have been approved in the past and things that were not added or were added, and it just creates problems.
So is
And I
there,
understand, I will mention, I mean, at Planning Commission, the playground was added in here. So that was an addition that Planning Commission wanted to see. It was added in just like this. There were no other definitions or requirements that were requested or made at that time or after, prior to this hearing. So again, if you all want to see that defined further, you absolutely are able to say, yes, we make that another amendment, that there needs to be a slide and a swing set with this playground, or a minimum, something along those lines. But this just playground was what was read in at Planning Commission. It wasn't really defined further. We're happy to define it now if that's a concern that you all have. That's no problem.
okay. So Elizabeth, can we do that? And that, will that give you enough to be able to cover the bases?
Yes, if you define what a playground is, we will enforce that when it is constructed.
Do you have concern if this was passed right now, whether us delay it to May 18th?
If you feel comfortable defining what a playground is, I would prefer this be passed now because she
Okay.
is correct. It has been a long and,
Okay.
long in the process and it has been difficult. So
Appreciate that.
I think everyone's ready to get it done.
All right.
So what's,
What do you think a playground should be for this, Elizabeth?
Well, the gazebo was set to be a 20-foot circle. So I would say that, a playground with a slide, swing set, and a climbing wall sounds like a
okay.
pretty basic playground to me.
Elizabeth, when we have done these in the past where someone comes in, they're going to dedicate a park, have they always told up front what it was going to be or just that they would have a park and
No, we require them to tell us up front.
everything?
Yes, and as I said, it has to be objectable and measurable.
Okay.
Okay, so what's, from a protocol standpoint, what's the right thing to do here?
In my
Do we
opinion,
vote this down and then do it
We
again?
pass it and then,
All right, so I can withdraw my motion and then we can remake it? Okay,
Yes.
so are you agreeable with that, Kathy?
I do.
Okay, I'll withdraw my motion, my original motion.
And do we have to vote on the withdrawal? Or it's just withdrawn? Just withdrawn.
oh,
There is a vote for the withdrawal.
Okay,
and then we'll. and
Okay,
then
so
we'll redo
Louis
it.
has made a motion to withdraw his
my
Motion.
original motion.
original motion, and we need, Kathy, did you want to second that?
I'll second that.
Okay,
Okay.
so now we're, just so everybody's clear, ooh, this is why I make $300 a month. We're voting on the motion that Louis originally made, but we're voting to withdraw that emotion.
Okay.
That's what we're
Yep.
voting on. Okay, would you call the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Okay, that motion has been withdrawn.
So now we want to make another motion, right?
Go ahead, Lou.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve item 5 with the amendment of the fencing, as we discussed, along 12th Street to be installed at the original build of the homes and maintained by the HOA in perpetuity, that the playground be defined to cover the same space that the gazebo covered with a slide, a swing set, and a climbing wall. Everybody good with that? Okay,
Elizabeth, you like that?
That sounds, yes.
Yes. You're, okay, then we need a second.
I'll make a second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Would you call the roll?
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Wow, I'm sweating.
Yeah, that was work. Okay.
That's
Item
pressure.
passes. Item 6 is the companion item to this. Consider rezoning application number RZ 1054 located in the southeast quarter of Section 9, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being of Northwest 12th Street and west of Santa Fe Avenue from C3 PUD, General Commercial District Planned Unit Development to R1 PUD, Single Family Dwelling District Planned Unit Development, and approve ordinance number 4625, application by Northwest 12th Partners LLC Box Law Group, and Planning Commission recommended approval 7-0.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Would you call the vote?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item carries. Item 7, consider ordinance number 5226, amending Part 12, Chapter 2, Section 12-396A of the City of Moore Code by amending the maximum size and height for an accessory building on lots 1/2 and 3/4 of an acre, and amending the facade material requirements for all accessory buildings located in the front side yard that is visible from the street, providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Mayor and council, in 2013, the accessory building ordinance was adopted. It restricted lots less than 3/4 acre in size to a maximum accessory building size of 600 square feet, 10-foot high walls, and a 15-foot total height. Since that time, we've had 12 cases be heard at the Board of Adjustment that request accessory buildings in excess of those requirements on lots that are below 3/4 acre in size. Of those cases, no citizens appeared in protest and no request has been denied. Typically, these cases involve residential lots between 1/2 and 3/4 of an acre, and the average square foot of the approved storage building is about 1,200 square foot. The 3/4 acre size was chosen in 2013 as a break because of the RE zoning, which requires a minimum lot size of 3/4 acre. The idea was that on that zoning and above, being RE zoning A2 and A1, they could have as big of an accessory building as they wanted, but everybody less than that had to be confined to the 600 square foot rule. What the trend that we're seeing now is that the rural areas are now being developed as 1/2 acre lots instead of 3/4 acre lots. This still does not require city sewer. You can use a septic system on 1/2 acre lots. So we're seeing a lot of that on the east side of Moore. And what we are also seeing is that these are very large houses, and they're wanting larger accessory buildings. So our proposal is to have a second tier of our accessory building table, and you can see that on page 106 of your council packet. Basically, from 1/2 acre to 3/4 acre, we would allow 1,000 square feet with 14-foot tall walls and a total height of 17 foot, except that if they have HOA regulations that have a steeper pitch, the community development director could allow that steeper pitch, which would mean a higher overall height of the structure. This would potentially eliminate more than half of the Board of Adjustment cases that we get through the Board of Adjustment.
Make a motion to, oh, sorry, Larry.
No. So that just makes this easier to enforce for y'all, easier to deal with.
Yes, and it relieves a lot of citizen consternation.
Okay, yeah, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
We've had the motion and second. You can call the vote.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item 7 passes. We'll move to item 8, is consider releasing a portion of a 20-foot sanitary sewer easement located in the southeast quarter section of Section 9, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being north of Northwest 12th Street and west of Santa Fe Avenue, application by Davin Methan.
Mayor and council, this item is a housekeeping item. It is related to the Riverstone Villas that we just heard. There is an existing easement granted to the city for a sewer trunk main. It was granted back in the 70s or 80s, but it was never installed in that easement. It actually has a different path. So that easement has no improvements in it. When Santa Fe North Addition was developed to the north of Riverstone Villas, the council did approve a partial release of the north half of this easement. And now with the development of the Riverstone Villas on the south side, the developer is requesting a release of the remainder of that easement. And staff recommends approval simply because there is no sewer in that easement.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second?
Would you call the vote?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Item 9 is consider approval of a 1-year extension for a 2-year of a 5-year contract term to Public Works mowing contract with Tusnue Lawn and Landscape with a 2% increase to the base contract amount and an addition of 19 newly identified sites.
Mayor and council, this is just renewal of our mowing contract for the next mowing season. Our mowing season goes from April 1st to November 1st. This contract also allows a CPI increase, which I think was 2.4. They've agreed to a 2% increase for this next year of the mowing season. Total cost, when you add the entire mowing season, is $226,848. And it has added 19 sites for a total of 29 total sites.
And so the contract has
Yeah.
the 19 new sites.
Yes,
in it,
it's-
along with a 2% increase on.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Would you call the vote?
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Item 10 is consider declaring unserviceable furniture and material remnants from the City Hall remodel, more particularly described in Exhibit A as surplus and authorized disposal.
Mayor and council, as a result of the remodeling and the furniture has been replaced, most of the furniture was in a condition that the furniture will go to the landfill. Any of the metal light fixtures and things like that have some metal, that have some salvageable value, will be salvaged at the scrap metal and returned back to the general fund. Would recommend approval.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
And just to note, some of that furniture is sitting out there right now, and it was put in this building in 1986. And we definitely got our money's worth out of that.
Yes, you did.
We've had a motion and a second. You call the vote?
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Item 11 is consider approval of drainage improvements at Phillips 66 Park performed by Silver Star Construction through the Public Works Maintenance Contract in the budget amount of $240,000.
Mayor and council, this is the next step in the development of the Phillips 66 Park. Recommend approval.
So where are we paying for this from?
That's out of the quarter-cent sales tax.
Quarter-cent sales tax, okay.
Make a motion to approve, and thank you all for your hard work on this.
Yep. Second.
Did we update the sign over there, Adam? Have you noticed? Because it had a completion date or something.
Oh, I don't think there's a sign, that was
somewhere else?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We haven't begun that yet, so we'll probably put up a sign for this.
Okay. We've had a motion and a second. You can call the vote.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item carries. Item 12 is consider awarding bid number 2026-012 landscaping services contract and approval of a contract with Tusnue Lawn and Landscape LLC for the enhanced landscaping, planting of flowers and flower beds, and basic tree services with city-designated parks, parkland, flower beds, and city streetscapes in the total amount of $176,986.
And it'll have the amendment.
It has an amendment.
Yeah, Mayor and council, we're requesting that you amend the contract amount to $189,272, which agrees to the backup detail provided.
189,272?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a budgeted item?
Yes.
Okay.
Mayor and council, after the Parks and Recreation Department and Community Development Department met, the list given tonight covers the desired parks, areas, and streetscapes decided upon. Recommend approval.
Okay. Make a motion to approve?
With the amended
With the
Yeah,
amended
with the
amount.
amended amount, yes.
Of 189,272.
189,272.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Would you call the vote?
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Item 13 is consider declaring 8 police fleet vehicles, more particularly described in Exhibit A, as surplus and authorized sale by auction.
Mayor and Council, this is a routine surplusing of vehicles that have been replaced as part of maintaining the fleet. Some of these vehicles are marked cars and some of these vehicles are unmarked cars. We'd recommend approval.
Make a motion to approve?
Second?
Would you call the vote?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Item 14 is consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of 10 handheld radios and associated accessories to replace outdated models from L3 Harris in the amount of $36,928.58 using Sourcewell contract number 020625-L3H and SIT number 116321.
Mayor and Council, this is a budgeted purchase, which is part of our annual maintenance of our handheld radio system. Again, it is budgeted and we'd recommend approval.
Make a
Make a-
motion to approve?
Second?
Had the motion and second. You can call the vote, please.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item carries. Item 15 is consider authorizing the purchase of one U.S. Digital Design G2 primary dispatch center system with associated training, configuration of equipment in the amount of $52,074.94 using NPP Gov contract number PS 2050 and funded using 911 funds.
Mayor and Council, this is because of my love for the fire department, and it runs through dispatch, that this is a system alerting that will be operated by our 911 center dispatch to get firefighters out of bed without loud tones, and also takes us from analog over to digital. It is not a budgeted purchase, however, to be funded out of 911 funds, which there are sufficient funding in that account to cover this expenditure.
Very good.
Excellent.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
You can call the vote.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item passes. Item 16, consider appointing a member of the City Council to the Health Benefits Committee to serve as the council representative as provided for the FOP Lodge number 131 and the AFF Local 2047 contracts to assess the city's current health insurance and decide on changes for continued coverage.
Mayor and Council, the Human Resources Department is requesting your consideration and appointment of a council member to serve as council representative to the Health Benefits Committee. The Health Benefits Committee meets occasionally throughout the year when needed for the purpose of determining a fair and equitable cost to participants in the current health plan and to decide on needed changes for continued coverage.
So, talk to me about the requirements. Are these daytime meetings? Typically, I'm assuming?
Typically
yeah.
between 8 and 5, yes. They last
4 a year, 10 a year, 2 a year,
1 a year.
1 a year? Okay,
1 a year if there's nothing going on.
okay.
We've had up to 4 or 5, I think, in a year, but that's been a while back.
Okay. Any
So-
discussions?
Yeah,
We've visited with Councilmember Clark, is that right?
yes.
And he had agreed to serve on it, unless there's somebody here that would just wants to do it.
Nope. And Mayor and Council, just so you know, like Ms. Jolly said, it depends on how much activity is going on.
Yeah,
There've been some years where there have been no meetings, and then there've been other years where there've been 4 or 5. So
who-
it just
I would,
Who has served on this before now?
Jason.
I think Melissa,
Melissa
Councilman
has,
Blair
Jason
was,
did for a
and then
while.
Okay.
Councilor Hunt was
I'd
the
like
most recent.
to nominate Rob Clark.
Okay, second.
all right, would you call the vote?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
That's
Well,
easy. I like it.
Congratulations. Mr. Clark?
Well, I was going to be willing, but
Yeah, at this time, we're going to recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item 17 is our consent docket.
Make a motion to approve consent dockets, item A and B.
Second.
Would you call the vote?
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. Consent docket passes. Item 18 is consider authorizing the purchase of 702 polycarts from Rain Pacific Company Container Group in the amount of $38,406.42 as the lowest responsible quote.
Mayor and council, we typically buy one truckload every quarter, which has about 700 carts, to replace existing carts that are damaged and to supply carts to those new additional homes that are built. Although Rarick Pacific was the second lowest bidder, we believe that they were the best lowest responsive bidder. They were just 24 cents per cart higher.
Okay.
And
We've purchased from them before.
Yes, we purchased from them, and we found that their resin material that they build the carts with is much more durable through their manufacturing process and well worth the 24 cents.
Very good. Motion to approve.
Second.
Would you call the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes. Item passes. We're going to recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and reconvene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item 19 is consent docket.
Make a motion to approve the consent docket items A and B.
Second.
You can call the vote.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, consent docket passes. We're going to recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and reconvene the City Council meeting. All members that were present are still present. Item 20 is new business. Item A, Citizens Forum for items not on the agenda. I did have one person sign up to speak, and that's Mr. James Walters. Yeah, if you just come up and state your address for the record, and you have 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's 1200 South Howard Avenue. And Kathy, I did raise my hand earlier, so thank you for catching that just out of order. Thank you for taking the opportunity to listen to me this evening. I'm asking the council to consider a narrow practical backyard hen ordinance built to address the exact concerns that led to the original proposal being rejected in 2022. In 2022, the city raised concerns about a staff burden, barking dogs, attack on coops, noise complaints, roosters, and limited public support. So the first thing was the staff burden. There was a new facility built, which was addressed in 2022 to expand animal control. And so that's the first one, relieve some staff burden there. The second is the dogs barking or attacking chickens. Dogs in neighborhoods already bark at neighboring dogs. People movement outside of the fence. Chickens don't create barking as a new phenomenon. They also cannot bark back. More importantly, it is already the dog owner's responsibility to keep the dogs confined. Roaming or attacking dog is not a failure of the chicken owner. It is a dog control issue. At this time, the ordinance can still require an enclosed predator-resistant coop and run. The third is the noise. Kind of straightforward on that, no roosters, hens only. Fourth is the odor and sanitation, which I probably think is the main concern of this. Each hen should at least have 5 square feet of coop space, 8 square feet of enclosed run space. Each coop should require a deep bedding system that starts with 4 to 6 inches of dry carbon-rich material with more bedding added throughout the year. And what this does is the odor is not caused by hens alone. Odor comes from the wet manure crowding and poor management. Deep bedding works by mixing manure into the dry carbon material like pine shavings or leaves and absorbs it, reduces ammonia, and allows the waste to break down in a dry managed bedding pack instead of sitting on exposed ground. Fifth is the scale. I'd like to propose 8 hens per house. For each hen, it would count as 1 dog or 1 cat. Right now, you can already have 4 dogs or 4 cats. So if you had 4 hens, you could only have 2 dogs or 2 cats, preventing a house becoming a zoo. There's also a benefit of gaining about 2,000 eggs a year if you do have 8 hens, which is a substantial cost benefit as well. And then more large in the agriculture space right now is that people are aging out, and hens and backyard chickens are a great way. They call it the gateway drug animal into agriculture. And so I don't want some young people and young families missing out on what they could experience and going into agriculture and allowing some of those aging out people in the agriculture space and allowing them to move into that space. I think that you don't have to have a total ban or unregulated allowance either. There could be a practical middle ground. I know there wasn't a lot of public support last time for it, so even if there were a few undesirables, getting roosters in their backyard or something like that, it'd be easy to squash any nuisance or anything like that. So that's
All right.
today.
Thank you.
Yes.
And just, we're on it, we can't comment because this
Sure.
wasn't an agenda item, but we
Sure.
will take it under advisement and reach back out to you.
Yeah, I'm happy to
Or
answer
reach
any
back out to
questions.
us if you want.
If there's any questions on the council side.
All right.
So I
Thank you.
appreciate your
Thank you,
time.
sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Item B, items from the city council trustees.
No, I'm good.
I just have one. We had was this last Saturday, maybe a couple Saturdays ago? A Dog is My Co-Pilot is a nonprofit, and this was news to me that up in the northern parts of the country, there's a demand for stray dogs and cats. I guess not stray dogs and cats, but to adopt dogs and cats. I just thought they were running all over the place as they seem to be around here, but they're not. So the city of Norman has had a partnership with animal shelters up in the northern part of our country, and this nonprofit, Dog is My Co-Pilot, will actually fly those animals to those cities and then place them for adoption, and they're guaranteed a spot at that shelter, and then they generally get adopted out pretty quick. I think there was a total of 63 animals on this flight, and the city of Moore was invited to participate, and we had 6, I think they were all dogs, go on that flight. I know that one of them had some medical needs, that had some surgery done here, and then when it arrived at its home shelter until it could be adopted, had another medical procedure there, and that is all at no cost to the city of Moore. So myself and Melissa and Dennis, our Public Works, and our animal shelter superintendent, Stephanie, we were out there.
Sunday morning at 4 a.m.
Yeah, 4 in the morning. I couldn't remember if it's 4 in the morning. For some reason, that's when that all this happened. And we were there to wish those animals off on their new adventure and their new home. So I appreciate the things that have been happening at our animal shelter and the new ways that we're looking to find homes for these pets. And not all of them are flown out of here. They do a lot of great work just promoting and posting animals on the social media and getting them forever homes. So I think they're doing a great job, and we want to continue to support our superintendent Stephanie and all that she's doing over there, and appreciate Melissa and Dennis and them for getting up so early and being there. And with that, I'd also say, I know that generally, is it June or July that we start making our appointments to the boards? adjust,
In June.
second meeting in June. And I don't know that we'll be ready we're looking at doing a advisory commission, advisory board, probably is a better name for it, for our animal shelter. But we are in the middle of updating our policies and procedures at the animal shelter and getting things situated there, but that will be coming. So anybody that loves animals, be watching our city's webpage when we begin to accept applications for the members of that board. And it's still a little ways off because we're in the middle of doing a lot of upgrades and changes at our animal shelter. That's all that I have.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
How will people be notified when that, the time comes for them to put in an application? Where will the notice be sent out?
Well, I would,
It'll be on our website.
yeah, generally we post all of those for all of the Parks Board, planning, all of those things are on our city's
So
website.
they'll just need to monitor the website themselves?
Right.
Okay.
And if we know, then I'll definitely be telling people and
Okay.
as well. But it will be posted on our city's webpage whenever we're ready to begin that.
Perfect, thank you.
Item C is City Trust Manager.
I'd like to thank Deidre Eby for her help with the council retreat last week.
Yes,
Thank you, Deidre.
it was good. Well, that's the last item on the agenda. 21, item adjournment.
So move.
Second?
Would you call the vote?
Kathy Griffith,
Yes.
Sid Porter,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham.
We're adjourned. Thanks, everybody, for being here. It does. I don't know if it's sewer gas, but it was that way 2 weeks ago. So- Sorry. Whenever it's ready.
That Shelley lady, that smell, it's killing me. That Shelley.